Working from home is set to stay for the foreseeable future as Singapore gets ready to progressively reopen its economy. It will be among a suite of measures for companies to ensure safe working environments, even beyond the circuit breaker period. Trade and Industry Minister Chun Sing said this in an interview that also touched on other levers of the economy. Michelle Teo reports.
Singapore has mostly kept companies in the biopharma, petrochemical and manufacturing sectors open as these are plugged into global supply chains. Essential workers in these sectors are among the 17% of the workforce still operating on-site. For the rest, the government expects those who can work from home to continue to do so beyond the circuit breaker as staff get used to new ways to communicate and do their work. It'll be part of what's called safe cohorting, measures that split employees in terms of shifts, work sites or outside interaction. The key, said Mr. Chan, is that operations are sustainable.
Our working assumption beyond the circuit breaker measure must be this, that we continue to need to maintain our vigilance, because if there's any lapse in our focus, then we might risk a relapse of the situation or a flare-up. And if so, we must have measures to be able to detect them quickly and to contain the situation.
While the priority is to restart companies in manufacturing and production with proper safe distancing, Mr. Chan said the government is looking at help schemes for those that will reopen later as part of a review of its support. Singapore's economy is expected to be hit hard by the coronavirus, with full-year GDP expected at between -4% and -1%. When asked for his projection, Mr. Chan said the situation is fluid.
What we are most concerned is to make sure that the package of help schemes that we have is delivered and well executed on the ground. And that remains our focus at this point in time. So I will not give any specific number at this point in time, but suffice to say that we are making sure that whatever measures we have rolled out from the budget schemes will continue to make sure that they are well executed.
The tourism and aviation segments have been among the biggest victims of the pandemic, and Mr. Chan said the focus is now to target essential travel to boost confidence. He expects regional tourism to kickstart the wider revival of the sector.
But in order for us to market ASEAN as an integrated package, we also need to make sure that we have the same common health standard, cross-border health declarations and checks in order for us to resume the cross-border travels.
Singapore, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, South Korea and Japan are also in discussions to resume essential business travel. Mr. Chan said the countries are preparing the groundwork to coordinate standards and checks.